AgWeek weather is sponsored by Bremer Bank. Connect with a banker today at bremer.com.
Is this spring-like weather finally here to stay? Here's Lydia with our Agri-weather outlook.
As we continue to dig deeper into April, I wanted to talk a little bit about the wind. Maybe you've noticed it be pretty relevant lately. It's been noticeable. That's because spring is our windiest season. It's still cold up in Canada, while the south is starting to heat up. Arizona has seen triple digits already, and parts of Texas as well. We get kind of caught in the middle here in the northern plains. That creates a tighter pressure gradient and therefore stronger winds. In fact, April specifically is our windiest month with a daily average wind speed around 13 miles an hour. That doesn't sound like a lot, but for a daily average, that's pretty high. And then obviously you have your gusts that are a little bit stronger too. In our part of the world, we obviously have a flat landscape. We're not mountainous. We're hardly even hilly, especially in the eastern parts of North Dakota and the eastern parts of South Dakota and that western edge of Minnesota. Not much for landscape, which means it doesn't slow down the wind very much. There's not good friction to kind of block that wind, so we get to feel all of the wind's force. Plus, this time of year in particular, not a lot of crops are out there yet. We have bare, dark soils. The snowpack is largely gone at this point, and that soil starts to heat up. As that does so, especially on warm afternoons, you start getting little updrafts because heat rises right out of that soil. As those continue to rise, they can sometimes tap into the upper levels of the atmosphere where the wind is stronger and mix that down. There are concerns, of course, when it comes to wind and this time of year. One of the most prominent, especially within the past week or so, is fire danger. We have dry conditions. We continue to have drought conditions. And on days with the low relative humidity and strong winds, fire danger is front of mind because any little spark can quickly turn into a fire that becomes hard to manage. And then soil erosion too. Without that snowpack holding down that top soil, that top layer of soil, it can be blown around. Sometimes you even get drifting going on just from dirt. The latest drought monitor that was just released on April 10th, they always come out on Thursdays, shows minimal improvement after dealing with that early April snowstorm, which did have good moisture to it. But because we're so far behind, we don't see great improvements in your drought monitor. So just zooming into the tri-state area a little bit, we're still looking good from around Grand Forks along Highway 2 to Devil's Lake, down I-94 toward about the Bismarck area. Still moderate drought right around Fargo toward Aberdeen, South Dakota. That continues along I-29 down towards Sioux Falls. Minnesota, you have an area of severe drought right around the Bemidji area, and then severe drought in western parts of North Dakota and in South Dakota. And I do have fairly dry conditions here as we go throughout the next 2 weeks or so. Notice that yellow-orange color, that does mean dry. Where you have gray kind of scooping through most of Minnesota down toward Omaha, that means near normal precip chances. And there is a slight signal for a little more of a wet pattern setting up as we enter the later parts of April.